Good morning, it is Friday and it's currently 10:30. So I started my day by taking Ewan to work as usual, although he did end up going in a little bit later than normal because he realised on the way to work his trousers were split, so we had to come back and get another pair of trousers. So I was later back than I expected, so I was like slow. I didn't get an awful lot done this morning. I did a bit of crochet before work and that was it. Didn't have time to exercise or anything like that. And I've been in meetings and stuff since, so it's been a real busy morning. So I'm going to have to make something to eat, and I have nothing really in that the body coach requires me to have. So I have got eggs, so I'm going to, I think, make myself some eggs. And I can't have the pancakes I've had the last 2 days because I'm out of blueberries. I've got no other fruit to be able to have fruit and yogurt or anything, although that's not in the body coach app anyway. All of the stuff like the frittatas and stuff that he's got require cottage cheese, which I don't have. So I think I'm just going to keep it simple today and just have a couple of boiled eggs or something for breakfast. Eddie's requested toast, and the loaf I did yesterday was really, really popular, so we had to do another loaf last night. So I have actually got a fresh loaf there, which does look smaller than the ones I've been making. I'm not quite sure. Eddie did this one. I'm not quite sure what he did differently. I don't know if he didn't put it on large loaf, set it, and I don't know. But I'm going to have a go with my new bread knife and bread cutting board again, because when I used it yesterday, the bread was really, really fresh, like it was still warm, so it made it quite hard to cut. So I don't think it was a very good demonstration as to what the knife was capable of. Certainly when the bread had cooled down later, it was much, much easier. So I'm going to give it a go now and see how it cuts now that this bread is completely cold. Then we make Eddie some toast. I just come to make the toast. Chloe arrived. I'll just quickly turn you around a little bit. Here's Chloe. She's had a nice haircut, not seen her for a few days, so she's had all her hair chopped off.
All the way down my back.
Yeah. She came in just as I was in the middle of opening my grill and realised that for some reason my grill door wasn't attached on one side, which then I started to clean it, managed to dismantle it and take the glass out, and couldn't figure out how to put it back together. So not quite sure when I'm really, really busy with work, I decided that would be a good idea. Anyway, I'm going to get on with cutting my bread, getting some toast on, getting some eggs on, and I shall show you when it's all done. I'm not going to bother trying to vlog the experience because my brain just hasn't got the capacity for that today. Right, so I've got my loaf and I've got my knife in position. Let's see how it turns out. I do know that the knife is very sharp because Tom's managed to give himself a real nasty cut with it yesterday. This is the only bit, and this is the bit I struggled with yesterday, that until the loaf gets smaller, this bit here worries me because you get to this end and there's nothing to support the loaf, so you almost put your hand there and you can't really see where you are in respect of the knife. So yeah, nice clean cut, works pretty well. Let me see if I can get a couple of nice slices. It's not as bad now. Perhaps it's just the end piece that's difficult. Not very straight, but that's probably just me. Right. The one thing I don't like so much is the fact that I can't get the bread any thinner. I wouldn't necessarily cut my bread that thick when I do it. That's the actual a straight slice by the looks of it. You're having a slice of bread, aren't you?
Yes, please.
Dad's having one slice of toast, so I think I'll have one slice with some eggs. Oh, that could have been nasty. Yeah, another perfect slice. So yeah, my overall review is that I really like it. I like the fact it's lifted off the side, and I like the fact that you can just kind of cut it and it just kind of glides through. So yeah, I really, really like it. The only thing I would say is I would prefer it to be able to cut a little tiny bit thinner, but it's probably impossible to do that because of how they've routed out the sizing things on the side. I do think it's quite innovative compared to the other one that I've got, and I quite like the fact that I'm cutting it that way rather than that way. So yeah, it hasn't damaged the loaf. That bit at the bottom is where the bread maker has its paddle. But yeah, it hasn't damaged the loaf at all, so quite pleased with that actually. So I haven't been paid to say anything about it. I was just gifted the knife and the cutting board. But overall, so far, so good. I mean, obviously, like knives, you can't review straight away properly. It feels like a nice, heavy knife. I'm not going to wave it around on YouTube because I'll probably get demonetised for that. But It feels like a nice heavy knife. We'll have to see in the test of time as to how sharp it stays for how long. It does give you a guide as to how to sharpen it and stuff, so I've got every faith that I'll be able to use it for many years. The knives that I had before Ewan bought his knives, the ones I've got in the drawer, I think I bought off QVC like 30 years ago, and I haven't really sharpened them, so it's quite nice to have a sharp knife to use. Anyway, I'll put links in the description box down below to the items on Amazon for you to have a look at. And yeah, if you end up purchasing, let me know what you think, and I shall carry on with the next bit, which will be me making my eggs, so I'll see you in a bit. So very boring, very basic breakfast, but I've got a slice of toast that's got the Dan pack lighter on. It has got a tiny bit of normal butter on because there was some left on my knife. I've got 2 boiled eggs that I've just boiled. They're actually hard boiled, and then I've just got salt and pepper on top. So this is it. I shall catch you later. Afternoon. My day has not gone to plan at all, so I did go out for a very quick walk at lunchtime. I went into the town centre with Chloe to look at the charity shops. Didn't find anything interesting whatsoever. I took my camera, didn't manage to record anything because one was absolutely dead, so it would have been really obvious, and then the other one was packed, so again couldn't get my camera out. Nothing worth recording anyway, to be honest. And then we did treat ourselves to a festive bake from Greg's, so not a good day today. Food wise, I mean, breakfast was fine. Don't know what we're having for tea, but I've been up against it with work again today and no brain capacity for anything else. I'm aiming to try and plan this weekend for a better week next week, because next week is going to be equally horrendous for work. But I just thought I'd pop on to show you my delivery that's just come from Amazon. So last night I decided to treat myself to a new book, and I'm really, really excited. Most people probably find this not very interesting, but it's called Gnomes of Grimblewood, and it's little knitted gnomes. And I've seen it on Claire Who Makes Things channel and on her Instagram, and I really, really like them. They're not traditional names at all. They're just like little, you know, well, I don't know how to call it, but they've all got different names like Gnarly and Natalia and stuff like that. But I'm really excited to do them at some point. So they won't be a project necessarily for this weekend, but as soon as I've got some more of my blanket done, so I'm doing the borders finally on my last 8 squares before I have to join it, so I really want to get that out of the way, and I really want to get some more work on my jumper done, but they're just a little side project. I've got loads of projects on the go and no time to do them all, so I'm going to edit my video now. Like I say, it's been a rubbish day, quite busy, quite stressful, but I'm getting there. And I was just in the middle of messaging my brother back actually when the door went, so I better finish messaging him, and I shall hopefully show you when I have something to eat. I can't guarantee it's going to be healthy and on plan, and I do apologise because I started afresh with the body coach, all revved up and all refocused, and I had a good day and then half a good day and half a good day. So we'll get there. You know what it's like. I'm sure if you're following a weight loss journey, you'll know what it's like. You have up days and down days. Still better to be trying than not doing anything at all. But anyway, I'm going to go and I shall catch you in a bit. Right, quick update. It is now 7:45 and I've just finished editing my video and uploading it. And it's late and I'm knackered. It's been a long week work-wise, and I've just been through the body coach app and there is absolutely nothing that I fancy for dinner. I'll do a proper review of it tomorrow, but it's not looking like I'm going to stick it out because the recipes all take like 25-30 minutes, even the lunch recipes, and I just don't have that time. And a lot of them aren't ones you can prep ahead. A lot of them use lots of ingredients, and that's just not my way of cooking. I don't mind doing it as like one-offs and specials, but I like just to be a bit more, what have I got? Let's see what we can create, rather than... I mean, there's supposed to be a beef casserole one that was for tea tonight, and I've got the minced beef in. I haven't got the chipotle paste, so I'd have to buy that, or I can't pronounce that word. The kids all take the mickey out of me. But it's got cauliflower in it, and I know Tom won't really enjoy that. And it's just like everything I sort of look at isn't particularly family friendly. I think if I was on my own doing it, it would be fine. But it's not just me. I've got to provide for the whole family. We all like to eat like the same together. Lots of recipes have got, and I just answered Helen back in the comments. You can say that whether you want a mixed diet or whether you want vegan or vegetarian, but but you can't restrict food groups. So none of us are particularly big fish eaters. We'll eat fish and chip shop fish, but none of us really eat anything else. I don't eat shellfish. I don't eat, so lots of recipes that are on my selection for this cycle have got prawns in or haddock in, and I just don't eat it. So that immediately reduces the list down of the things that you can make and eat. So anyway, it's got to this time of night and I've just said to Eddie, I don't know what to have for dinner. I don't feel like cooking tonight. I really don't feel like cooking tonight. I'm tired, I'm cold, and I just want to relax. So I think Ewan's supposed to finish at 8, and I think if he finishes at 8, I'm tempted to nip to Aldi or Lidl and see if they've got something easy to make for dinner, whether it's fresh pasta or whatever. The other alternative is takeaway. She said she'll have takeaway straight away, and I was like, I'd rather not have a takeaway. But I'm just at the point where I'm just tired. I think my plan for tomorrow, I'm meeting my brother in the morning tomorrow. We were originally thinking of going to Bakewell Christmas Market, but everything I've read suggests that the traffic is going to be mayhem, because really there's one route in and out of Bakewell. Sorry, I've got really itchy nose. There's one route in and out of Bakewell, and the Chatsworth Christmas Market's on, the Bakewell Christmas Market's on, and I think something like Haddon Hall, which isn't a million miles away, has also got Christmas Market on. And I just don't fancy sitting in traffic all weekend, and I think if it's busy, Luna won't enjoy it. Equally, it's at least an hour each way in the car, so I'm not going to want to leave her behind, because I'll just feel like I've got to rush and get back. It's just a shame we're not there this weekend rather than last weekend. Anyway, I said to Eddie, I'm not really bothered about going. I think we're going to a Christmas market near the end of the month, and I just feel like with the week I've had with work, I just need to chill, and I'd rather just sit and do some knitting and crochet at home and do a bit of sorting. We need to put some stuff into the shed. We still haven't done it. So I'd rather just get some stuff sorted at home to feel like I'm actually making headways with that, rather than spending the day out. There is a market on at the Chilwell garage on Sunday, so I'm tempted to go there because I like that one. It's quite a small little market. We can take Luna. I think we'll probably do that instead. So I'm meeting my brother tomorrow morning, I think, for a coffee and a catch-up about 10:30. So apart from that, that leaves tomorrow clear that I can actually sit and perhaps go through my recipe books, go through Pinterest, go through the internet, find some recipes that I can do, work out calories and go back to calorie counting, and perhaps think about changing my calories, going back to 1,500 calories a day whilst I'm not particularly active, and seeing how we go with that, and actually plan things out so that I don't have to work calories out each day, because I'll have already worked them out at the point that I'm actually looking what recipes I'm going to do. So say for example, if I know I'm going to have porridge for breakfast 2 days, I'll know the calories. If I'm going to have, I don't know, an omelette, I'll know the calories. If for lunch I'm going to do a vegetable soup, I'll know the calories. So it's a lot easier, and then that way I can have some things in mind for the evening meals, but I can switch and change them because I know how many calories I've got each day. That's my plan. Someone did put in my comments, I think it was Bronwyn, who said that, you know, I'd be better off meal prepping myself, that I know what I'm doing, and, you know, that's not wrong. I've done this for ages. I think I just needed a bit of inspiration, and this has kind of inspired me to look for some different recipes and different things to eat. But I just don't want anything that's quite as structured, or... I mean, the shopping list that I downloaded, I've gone through it, and I actually did buy a lot of the stuff off it, but I missed something like cottage cheese, and cottage cheese is in quite a lot of recipes, so it's limited what I can have. And I'm not a big cottage cheese fan anyway. So that's where I am. Anyway, I've been talking for ages. I'm hoping Ewan finishes on time. He doesn't very often always finish on time, so I'm hoping he does. If he doesn't, we might have to rethink things, and I might have to see if Eddie will pop out or something. But anyway, I'm going to do a bit more crochet. I'm on my second border. I'm hoping to rattle through these and get, because I've got all this lot here to do, the borders on, and then when they're done, I'm ready to start putting my blanket together. I mean, a lot of people are blocking their rectangles before they try and put it together, but I'm tempted just to have a go without blocking it first, because it's a blanket and I'm not going to be wearing it. And I'm sure it'll work out okay. If I feel like some of the blocks aren't the right size and they need blocking, then I'll do individual ones. But if all being well, I won't have to. I can just get on with it. So hopefully I'll be able to show you that. I'm hoping I'd get it finished this weekend, because that'd be really nice. I could really do the blanket tonight. It's really cold in my house. I'm really resisting putting the heating on. I could just do with a blanket to put over me, and then I'd be fine. Anyway, I've wasted enough time chatting. I shall see you in a bit when we decide on what we're having for dinner. I am back from picking Ewan up and going to Lidl. So for our dinner, for me and Eddie, I picked up a lasagna al forno, which is 540, maybe 640 calories, which isn't bad actually. And then for the boys, they've got a carbonara pasta bake, which is, well, it says 520 for a third, but they're having half. So theirs have been more like 700 and something each. There you go. Still better than a takeaway for all of us though, so I'm going to get them put in the oven. It's now 9:20, so it's fairly late. Oh, but yeah, better than a takeaway. Half a pack, 640 calories and 29 grams of protein. It does take 40 to 45 minutes though, so I need to get it on as quickly as I can, because otherwise it's going to be very late. Right, oven's on. How long does theirs take? Because Ewan's up early tomorrow for work again. I'm taking him, but he's obviously going to be working anyway. Theirs takes 25 to 30 minutes. So quicker. Right, I haven't showed you the rest of what I bought because I bought some fruit. I bought some raspberries. This lighting's terrible today. Raspberries, some more blueberries, just a small pack, and some blackberries. Just because I've got some of that yoghurt left, so I'll probably have some fruit and yoghurt. I bought some fizzy mix sweets for Tom, and I bought some ice cream for Eddie that I've already put in the freezer. So, something for everybody. Oh, where is it? Oh, and I also bought these for Tom. So I bought him a Graham's salted caramel. I don't know if it's a yoghurt. Salted caramel, high protein, fat free. So even I could have one, but it says pre or post workout as a boost. So I got him that one, and I bought him this one, which is a chocolate caramel. Again, 22 grams of protein. So we'll see, because he seems to be quite hungry at the minute, and we don't have a huge amount in. Right, I'm going to get on with doing dinner. Still waiting for the oven to heat up at the minute. It's taking ages. And I probably will just close the video here because it is quite late. So rather than show you my meal when I get it out, it's literally just half a pre-packed lasagna. So I'll end the video here, and I shall see you tomorrow, hopefully, with something a bit more interesting than me just working. You just had a right go at me, by the way, because I've left the knife. I'll quickly show you. So on the instructions, it says there's a magnet, so you can leave it there. And he said a right go at me, because he said, if ever you leave it like that again, I'm going to really get angry, because I could have come along here and really cut myself. And he's right. I hadn't actually thought of that. It is a bit of a design flaw. So he's told me I've got to put it away properly. So I'm just going to leave it there for now and find another home for it. But yeah, he's not very impressed with me. So I just said to him, I get shouted at if I use your knives. Shouted at if I use my own knife. What am I supposed to do? He wasn't actually shouting at me in a horrible way. He's just telling me, and he's right, that actually someone could really hurt themselves on it. Anyway, like I say, I'm going to see you tomorrow, and I'm not sure what we're doing, whether it'll be interesting or not, but hopefully it'll just be a normal daily vlog, and I shall see you then. Bye. Here's my lasagna, and we're just sitting watching a bit of Brooklyn Nine-Nine as something quick to watch. And I've got this little one asleep next to me. So it's Saturday, and I've been up for ages. Took you into work at 7 this morning. Just walking up to meet my brother, and haven't filmed anything because I've just been sitting trying to do my blanket, and it's so cold. But yeah, walking up to meet my brother. Not sure I'll record anything there because he's got a little one. He might not want to go on YouTube. Oh, it's so cold. Big jumper on today, and I shall see you later. So I've had a busy day today. Haven't brought you along for very much of it. So I met my brother and my nephew, and we had breakfast in Wetherspoons. I think I took a photo or videoed a little bit of what we had. So I had a small American breakfast that was 600 and something calories. So I've had that. Haven't had anything else to eat, and it's now 2:20. So that's my breakfast and lunch combined. So 600 calories is perfectly fine. We then walked through the town centre, and there was about 5 fire engines. So we went to go and have a nosy. It turned out to be in the back of one of the shops, or the disused shops. So my nephew's quite excited because he's almost 4. So seeing the fire engines, well, I don't know if it's me that's more excited than him, to be honest. It probably was. And then we had a look around some of the charity shops and the works. So he was looking at all stuff with me that he likes. He likes stickers and things, so we're having a nice look round. It's quite nice. I don't see my nephew very often, so he was a bit wary of me to start with, and then he got used to me and was holding my hand walking around the shop, so it was lovely to see him. So I'm going to try and see him again before his birthday. And what else have I got to tell you? Let me just put my tripod on. So yeah, so we did that, and then we got back and I left my shoes on, and Eddie and I went straight out into the garage to do some sorting that we've been meaning to do for weeks. We put some stuff in the shed, so we've started to move stuff over. We've made room so that you can actually get into the garage now, which is quite nice. Still a lot of work to do, but we're just going to do it in stages because otherwise it becomes overwhelming. So we've just moved 2 cupboards into the shed and some storage boxes and things. So yeah, we're quite a good head away. Eddie's just on his way to the tip now. Got 2 old office chairs that we had that were gifted to us. They were off, I think they were off a spotted site in Nottingham, and they were free. And we had them temporarily, but you can't use them. They're not very good. You can't use them on the carpet, but they're also just not very comfortable ergonomic chairs to sit in all day. So we've got rid of those, took them to the tip. One of them's broken anyway. And then just some old boxes we've got rid of, because we have a habit of keeping boxes in case something needs to be returned, but actually you don't need to hang on to them for that long. So we've got rid of some boxes, and so yeah, I've been productive. The reason I put you on the tripod to have a proper chat with you is to talk about the body coach app. So obviously I started afresh this week and said I'm doing the body coach app. I've actually cancelled my subscription. So I had the free trial for a week and I've cancelled it so that it will expire on Monday, I think it is, and I won't be renewing it. So I have plenty of reasons for it, and I'm glad I tried it because I have been thinking about trying it for a long time. So the pros to the app for me are that if you don't want to think about counting calories, it gives you a menu that you can stick to and you don't have to think about it. You still have to obviously like weigh stuff out, but you don't really have to put an awful lot of thought into it. And it gives you like structure and a structured exercise plan, and it's done in cycles. So the first one is cycle 1, and you get those recipes throughout cycle 1, which I think is 28 days. And then once you do your check-in, I think that's when you go on to cycle 2. So that's all good. And then, but for me personally, I like to be able to plan my own meals. I like to be able to experiment a little bit. I like to be able to share more with you guys what I'm eating, and I feel like I can't really do that with these recipes because they are like copyrighted recipes that belong to the Body Coach. And I also just find it very, very expensive. So the ingredients, the amount of ingredients you need to be able to do those recipes is vast, and for a family, it's not practical. They're not foods that I necessarily would eat. I think I touched upon it yesterday that you can say that you're having a mixed diet, or you can say you're vegan or vegetarian or pescatarian, but you can't say that you don't want certain food groups. So I'm not a big avocado fan. I will eat it, but I wouldn't necessarily buy it on a regular basis. I know it's healthy fats, but I'm just not, it's not something I'd necessarily rush out to buy. When Chloe lives here, or when she lived here, I used to buy it because I knew she'd eat it, but it's just me. Eddie doesn't eat it, the kids don't eat it, so there's no point in me buying avocado, because if you cut into it, it all goes brown. I know there's ways of storing it, but I just don't necessarily buy it very often. I don't eat fish. None of us eat shellfish and fish, so there's lots of the recipes that were supplied that have like haddock and prawns and things, so that immediately like loses loads of recipes that are available. So I just found that it was very restrictive, and I couldn't, if I had a really busy day, I couldn't just think, oh, I'll just make something quick. I was looking at the app thinking, what can I make? I can just remember the Body Coach of old being lean in 15, you know, it was like chuck some coconut oil in, chuck some Lucky Trees in, bosh, meal in 15 or whatever it was. But these recipes were all like 25-30 minutes, and especially at lunchtime, I just don't have time for that. It has made me focus more on my food, and it has made me think that I need to try some new recipes and add a bit of variety, so that's good. The one thing that has showed me that it gave me the same breakfast for 3 days, so if I meal prep, I can do 3 days worth of breakfast in one go and have that ready. It's fine. Other cons, let me think, what else is there? So I couldn't, the reason why I wanted the app was because I saw advertisements on Instagram for their menopause exercise that wasn't HIIT related. I couldn't fathom any way of getting those exercises. You had your exercise plan, which for me was in the end beginner cycle 1, but they were HIIT exercises, which I don't want to be doing. And then they had all exercises, but I couldn't really find the menopause ones in there very easily. I don't know if they were under strength or not, but I just couldn't seem to find them. So that was one of the main reasons I wanted the app. So it therefore meant that it wasn't really for me. So I chose to do it at a time when actually life is hectic. So work for me at the minute is really busy. We've got a real sort of like big deadline with our audit and stuff to get things completed within the next few weeks. So I've been working quite long hours. So perhaps it wasn't the best time to try it. I don't think it is ideal if you're part of a family household, because a lot of the recipes really are designed for one person. So I was doing things for Eddie and I to have like the halloumi burgers and the pancakes. But other than that, the meals and stuff, I just didn't think they were particularly like... By the time I'd got enough... I made 4 servings of it. It actually was quite expensive. So a lot of people suggested in the comments that, you know, I know what I'm doing. I just need to think about what I'm doing and meal plan. And I think you're absolutely right. So I'm going to spend a bit of time today, tomorrow, deciding on what recipes I can do for this week. And perhaps tomorrow spend a bit of time doing a bit of meal prep. So whether that's make some pancakes in advance and keeping them in the fridge, whether it's cook some chicken, like in hoisin sauce or something, and do some chicken and rice bowls. But I think I just need to do that. I need to work the calories out so that I've got pre-planned, pre-portioned meals. And then I'm preparing for a successful week. And even if I don't plan my evening meals, just bear with me one sec. Sorry about that. So even if I know that I've pre-prepared my breakfast and my lunch, and I know how many calories I'm using for that, even if I don't prepare all my evening meals in advance, I can have some ideas of what I'm thinking I will do, so I can get the ingredients in ready. But I'll know how many calories I've got left, so it won't really matter. So then if I'm really, really busy and not able to cook anything, I could have like a ready meal or a red lasagna. The lasagna we had last night was like 640 calories for half of it. So if I set myself something like 1,400 or 1,500 calories a day, then I'll know that as long as I've only had 300 for my breakfast and lunch, or 350 for breakfast and lunch, I've still got like 700 calories for my evening meal. Or if I have quite a low breakfast, or even not have breakfast, have lunch, and then have a evening meal and some snacks, I've got plenty of capacity in there because I know what I've got to play with. So that is my intention for this week. So hopefully you'll stick with me. I don't swap and change a huge amount, and the whole thing was just trying out the body coach to give me a bit of refocus and see whether I got on with it. And I think it's quite useful, because obviously if you decide that you wanted to try it, perhaps what I've told you will make you think about it and make you... I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking the free trial out. Somebody commented, I think it was Chris, who said that she was given the app and it didn't allow her to track her walking and stuff, so it wasn't for her. So I think we all have reasons why things work for us and don't work for us. Like I say, if I was on my own living in a flat or something, then it would be different, because I'd just be cooking for myself. But for a family, it's certainly not ideal. Let me have a quick sip. So yeah, I won't be continuing with the body coach right now. I'm going to go back to calorie counting. I like the flexibility it gives me. I know I can lose weight with it. I just need to focus, and I haven't been focused for a while. I do think we're in silly season as well, and I am a pest when it comes to things like mince pies. If I'm calorie counting, I can have a mince pie. I can accommodate it within my calories and make sure that I eat. If I have soup, a vegetable soup for lunch, which is really low in calories, I could have a mince pie. If I have a big extensive meal, I can't see how I could accommodate it on the body coach, for example. And that was partly why I moved away from things like Cinnamon World, because I wanted the flexibility of being able to go out somewhere. If I go Christmas shopping, for example, I want to be able to go and have a Wagamama's, I want to be able to go and have a sandwich if I want to, and calories allow me to do all those things. I need to go back to how I was doing it when I first started with the Real Loss Boss, viewing my calories over the week, perhaps looking at the calories I was on when I started with him and thinking whether they're right for me, depending on exercise. If I managed to build my exercise back up, the calories I was on then was absolutely fine, and I was losing weight quite happily. So I think I just need to, this next couple of weeks, think about lowering my calories, because I'm not going to have much time to exercise, being realistic about it, because I know I'm not going to have much time to fit exercise in. And then after that, start to build my exercise back up, build my calories back up, and do that. I do think I need to start doing weekly weigh-ins, because I think it helps me to take responsibility, and because I've got to come on here and tell you what I'm doing, and I won't want to keep coming on every week saying I put weight on. So I think I need to get back to doing weekly weigh-ins. I need to decide what day I'm going to do a weigh-in on, because I think on the Real Loss Boss I did it on a Friday, and I used to post my videos on a Saturday or Sunday, but that was before I was daily vlogging, so there's no reason why I couldn't do a Friday weigh-in video. So I might do that. I don't know if I want it to be part of Vlogmas, but I might do that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below, whether you think I'm making the right choice or not. I mean, it's not going to change my decision. I'm pretty much fixed on the fact that I'm going to go back to calorie counting. It makes more sense for me, I think, at the current point in my life. But yeah, let me know what you're doing, whether you're still following Slimming World, whether you're calorie counting, whether you're not doing anything right now. Just let me know how you're getting on. And yeah, I'm going to carry on with my day. I've got a nice cup of tea on the go. I am starting to get hungry. It's 2:30, so although I've had my American breakfast, I'm starting to get peckish, so I might get myself a banana or some fruit. And I'm actually going to go and sit down and do a bit of crochet now, because I've almost finished. I think I've got 3 of my rectangles left to border, and then I'll be ready to stitch it together. Really want to finish it today or tomorrow, because I've got lots of knitting plans I want to do, and lots of Christmas knitting I want to do. So I'm going to go, and I shall hopefully catch you in a bit when I have something to eat, or I do something interesting. I'm hoping, actually. It's gone a bit overcast now, but I would like to take Luna out for a walk today if we can. I don't know what, I think Ewan's finishing at 5 today, and I think he's going out tonight, actually. So I should imagine he will finish on time, as he's supposed to be going out. I need to go and put my camera on to charge. I need to edit a video from yesterday. I don't think it'll be very long though, because again, I was working and not doing a huge amount. So I need to edit that, and I might even stick on, well, Cobra Kai's on actually. I might go and put Cobra Kai on. Or either that, or I'll stick on a Christmas film. I don't want to go in too early with the Christmas films. Last year I'd watched pretty much all of them by the end of November, so I don't want to do that this year. Anyway, I shall see you in a bit. Apologies for the noise, the fan's on. I'm down doing dinner. I haven't been able to record anything because I've been trying to get footage off my camera onto my phone, and it just kept failing on one of the files, and I've got no idea why. I think it's to do with my internet. I switched my Wi-Fi off in the end on my phone, and it worked fine, so I think I've got issues with my internet. Anyway, I'll quickly show you what I'm doing for dinner. So in here I've just got some onion, some red pepper and some lean beef, which I'm just pan frying off in a little bit of sesame oil. I've cooked off some rice already in the microwave, and then I've got some broccoli ready to go in it as well. And then I'm going to use this, it's supposed to be for chicken, but I think it'll be okay. And basically you mix this with water, so I'm going to chuck that in, taste it, see what it tastes like, and just basically do a beef fried rice with it. So I'm just going to mix it all together. It might look a mess, but I'm sure it will taste nice. And if it needs a bit of something extra, I'll see if I've got any hoisin sauce or something. It's 6:45. I went out to pick Ewan up and then downloaded my footage, and it just wouldn't play ball. So I'm going to try and edit my video now, see if I can get my video live. It's extremely late, but there's nothing I can do about it. It just would not work for whatever reason. So yeah, I'm going to get on with doing this, and hopefully I'll show you when dinner's ready. Apologies for the lighting, but here's tonight's dinner. It doesn't look very exciting. I think I put the broccoli in a bit too early because it's lost its colour. But this is beef fried rice. I did add some extra bits to it, so I added a bit of teriyaki sauce and a bit of hoisin sauce to it because the flavour wasn't quite right. And then I've just done a fried egg on top. So this is a really healthy dinner because it's just white rice, 5% beef, peppers, onions, broccoli, and then the actual packet mix, I think, is hardly any calories. It's like 56 calories for like a quarter or something ridiculous. And I've only got like a quarter. Tom's took probably a third. I've dished out to it, and there's still a load left in the pan. So this is what I'm having now, and this has been me done today, I think. So my plan now is to get my pyjamas on, and while I eat my dinner, get my pyjamas on and sit and just do some crochet. Ewan's out currently, so it's only 7:15. It feels like it's about 9 o'clock. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully do a bit of crochet, and then I'll probably have an early night. Anyway, I shall catch you tomorrow for another daily vlog. Bye!